Hey everybody, I'm Captain Zeus and welcome back to BP Fun. In today's video, we have some Marvel news and rumors to go ahead and share with you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more nerdy content just like this and click the bell to be notified whenever we post another news video such as this one. Now, Zoe Saldana has said the following about the Guardians of the Galaxy. It would be a huge loss for Marvel if they didn't find a way to bring back the Guardians of the Galaxy to the MCU. And I completely agree. The way that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 ended off gave us a completely new version and iteration of the team, as we've seen many times in the comics where we get different versions of the team or any team in these comics. And it does give us a really good cliffhanger and endless possibilities for storylines, especially since the cosmos is being opened up with the multiversal saga. It'd be fantastic to see them in the MCU once again, but doesn't look like any plans are even in the works whatsoever for Guardians 4 or for them to appear in another project besides Secret Wars. Now, for those that did miss it, the Thunderbolts have officially begun production, and we get a good look at Yelena's suit as well. The film is set to release in theaters on May 2nd, 2025. Now, speaking of Thunderbolts, Marvel Studios is reportedly filming the Thunderbolts team finding Sentry in a large vault. Sebastian Stan's Bucky Barnes is not a part of the team, at least not in the beginning of the film, according to Daniel RPK, which I think is a little bit fascinating considering how important Bucky is to the MCU at this point and how important he should be to the team. So it's a little interesting that if this is to be 100% accurate, how he's not a part of the team off the bat and actually Sentry gets found first. I don't know. This is like, I'm very cautiously optimistic about this movie, considering that we have the garbage Taskmaster and the garbage Ghost characters that were poorly portrayed in the MCU, written absolutely terribly. Like, honestly, I'm very on edge about this project, but we'll just have to see with more information as well as a trailer whenever that drops. Now, according to Variety, Marvel Studios has released the remaining directors for Daredevil board again due to the creative overhaul. Despite that half of the series have already been filmed, only some elements of the pre-existing material is expected to be used. It's also been confirmed that the series will be having 2 seasons, which I think is a little bit interesting considering that Daredevil, the Netflix series, had 3, literally almost 4 seasons before Disney decided to cancel the series. So I'm not sure as to why we're going to be having only 2 seasons of this show, unless Daredevil moves over to a Defenders series and will be on there a lot more prominently. But personally, he should just have his own reoccurring show, 2+ seasons, tons of great material. It's not hard to do. And we also do get our first look at John Bernthal as the Punisher in Daredevil board again, and he looks fantastic. We also see Jeremy Earl, who's going to be playing Officer Cole North, which may or may not be an antagonist for Daredevil in this series. However, he does don the Punisher suit, so not sure as to what to expect from him in this series. I actually don't know too much about his comic book character besides the fact that he was tasked to hunt down Daredevil because of Mayor Kingpin. So we'll have to see how this goes forward into the series. Now, according to Daniel RPK, the Wonder Man series, starring, I'm going to mispronounce his name, Yawa Abdul Mateen II, will not be TVMA. If I'm being completely honest, they shouldn't be blackwashing Wonder Man whatsoever. It literally mind boggles me, the fact that they're still going on with this project. There's literally nothing I've heard good, at least, about this to be coming forward. I don't know. I'm not excited for this series whatsoever. I'm tired of them race washing characters. I'd rather them just make original characters at this point. And it's not like there's not enough characters of different races in the comics. There's plenty. We'll have to see what happens when this trailer drops and when this show drops. Now, Daniel RPK has also said that the Fantastic Four movie will take place in an alternate universe. Now, if this is to be true, I think that would be able to save the fact that we're still getting John Krasinski as our main MCU Mr. Fantastic. But at the same time, why are we having a movie in the MCU timeline set in a different universe? That raises a lot of questions if this is to be true. Now, as we're on the topic of the Fantastic Four, this has been confirmed by Deadline and was announced earlier on the 3rd of April. Julia Garner has been casted as the female Silver Surfer for the Fantastic Four movie. She is best known for her roles in Ozark, and this version of the Silver Surfer is not Norrin Rand, contrary to popular rumor, but instead it will be his love interest in the comics, Shala Bal. Filming is set to begin for the Fantastic Four movie this August in London. So this does confirm the fact that we are seeing Galactus and Silver Surfer as the main antagonists for this movie, but at the same time does raise a lot more questions as to why we have a female Silver Surfer as our first MCU herald. I don't know. I'm very skeptical about this project the more and more I hear about the confirmed castings and plot, and it's beginning to look less and less intriguing almost. I don't know. Cautiously optimistic here, but we'll have to see what happens, and we'll have to see with a trailer and as more news does get revealed. Now, Avengers 5, whether it's Kang Dynasty, World War Hulk, or another project entirely, will film next year, supposedly. Now, if that is also to be true, that means they are still on board forward with their timeline, so that means they must have something in the works. We did report in our previous Marvel news video that World War Hulk was going to be an Avengers film and it's going to be a major project. So since they still don't have a Kang yet, it would be nice for them to replace Avengers 5, a Kang Dynasty, with World War Hulk. I think that would be fantastic. You could still do Secret Wars, or heck, even push Secret Wars out more, then do Kang Dynasty, or vice versa. Doesn't really matter. I think World War Hulk would be fantastic as an Avengers film. Now, rumor has it that Marvel Studios is currently setting up for the Hulkling's theatrical debut, with Marvel setting something up regarding Teddy and his lineage in the Marvels movie. Now, some of you may know this, Hulkling is indeed a core factor and member of the Young Avengers, which has been teased recently with Hawkeye, the Kate Bishop version, Miss Marvel, as well as a lot of the younger Marvel characters starting to rise up. Having Hulkling in there would be a great turning point. We are going to be seeing Billy, which is Wanda's kid, as well in the Agatha series, so it does look like they are going to be forming the Young Avengers pretty soon. I'm definitely excited for that, but I'm also kind of worried. We'll have to see what happens. And speaking of the Marvels, there's a fan cast running around where Ernie Hudson will play the Blue Marvel in the MCU. And honestly, I can't get that image out of my mind now. I think it would be a fantastic role since as a 70, I think he's like 70 years old, he looks fantastic. And I think he would be able to play the role perfectly. It would be able to put him back on the big screen once more besides the Ghostbuster movies. And honestly, I'm all for it. I think it would be awesome to see Blue Marvel on the screen. I don't think we've ever seen that iteration of him besides maybe one animated series, but we'll have to see how this goes forward if this fan cast is to be believed, which I think would be awesome. Now, according to Can We Get Some Toast, Deadpool and Wolverine will most likely take place in the Void, which was introduced in the Loki series. About 70 to 75% of the film is said to be taking place there. An older version of the script had the film taking place during the original X-Men trilogy, which, if I'm being completely honest, if this is to be believed, both points, I'm not really too sure I like that idea. I think taking place during the main X-Men timeline, you know, where everything changed after Days of Future Past, somewhere between that and Logan, I think would be fine. I'm just not a fan of them taking place in the Void the whole time. However, it would make sense as to why the TVA is getting involved, and maybe this does have to do with a new multiversal concept about universes being destroyed because of one character dying, but who knows? There's a lot of confusion that seems to be going on here. We'll have to see what happens when Deadpool and Wolverine does come out. What do you guys think about all this Marvel news and rumors? Let us know in the comments below. I'm Captain Zeus, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.